Namaste to all you cosmic souls and welcome to your energy update and tarot reading. Today we're going to talk about any overwhelming energies that you have been feeling the past couple of days and how it's transitioning from the partial solar eclipse new moon that happened a couple of days ago. The intense energies are just forming within our energy body sphere. And if you've been a little more sensitive, you would have even felt it before the solar eclipse even came into its peak energy. So get your tea or hot water, your coffee or whatever you like, and let's begin understanding what this energy is kind of saying to us. So first of all, it's bringing out a lot of truths, a lot of honest truths that you may now not have clearly seen either in a situation at work or any kind of partnership, any kind of relationship. A lot of truths are coming out into the open, and it could be a lot to do with your own inner self and things that have to be reflected upon, introspected upon, and having conversations with yourself to see where you are currently and if there's any changes you need to make within your own self. So a lot of the healing processes, oh yes, by the way, I got a haircut, so I might look a little different. Continuing where we were. A lot of the healing processes that are coming up to the surface currently are happening in a very mirroring way or a reflecting way, as in people coming into your life are mirroring certain things that are to be healed within you. So they can trigger you in certain ways that may not even be in the physical nature, but you feel triggered about something internally. And a lot of times that's kind of sending you a message, that's kind of telling you something about your own self. And it's something that you need to reflect upon and see if there is something within you that is bringing out a certain kind of trigger. Okay, we're going to begin today's reading now and see what is in store. So the first thing I see is the strength and vulnerability within yourself and how it actually acts as power for you. It's kind of like taming your inner roaring lion, allowing its space to roar. I see the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So you're finding a balance in your own life that is coming up to the surface to be healed. And this balance is kind of helping you in your future relationships, your emotional stability with yourself, as well as the people around you, how you are communicating, how you want to be communicated to. All of those things are coming up to surface so you can ground yourself in certain ways. You can flow with that and understand how, like, communication is like a dance, right? So when you dance, the other person follows. Or when you lead, the other person follows, and how that dynamic is kind of made, whether it is a business partnership or a conversation with your boss or your partner in marriage. In whatever way you're finding a balance in communication, it's kind of creating this whole circle of powerful energy and healing where I think a lot of communication is coming to surface. That's the word that's like highlighted in my mind. Okay, so whatever is in your mind, address it and keep a certain space for those thoughts, because sometimes they're coming from your heart, sometimes it's coming from past experiences that you may have had that are bringing these thoughts to surface. And sometimes, yes, when other people speak, there may be a certain way of manipulation, the way they say things. But a lot of times your own mind is manipulating you, and you need to create awareness in that particular aspect to see that you're not bending ways to your own self rather than anybody else. Forget anybody else. It's your own self and your own mind that you need to create this self-awareness in, and see that you're not too involved in something or too detached from something. Finding that internal balance and internal flow to find that inner state of balance and really understand where you are at this point of time, creating a lot of self-awareness. And also, let me tell you that it's okay to be reactive sometimes. While I do say you need to understand where your mind is, you need to understand where your heart is, all of that comes with time. And if your current place is being overwhelmed, if your current place is just being overly reactive because you're unable to form a certain process of thought, you're unable to understand your emotions, you're unable to communicate clearly, so you're just, like, I'm not able to communicate, I'm just unreceptive today, that's completely all right. And you need to, even that is a form of self-awareness, right? You're being aware that you're unable to communicate clearly, so you're taking the time to just be and just feel. You don't understand it, that's fine, just be where you are, and when the understanding comes, it comes. Okay, so we had the devil card reversed. Felt like reading reversal today. So, and while it does sometimes depict a deeper soul connection, right now it depicts a lot of manipulated mind with respect to self-reflection and your own self. Okay, now we have the King of Pentacles. What drew me in was the grapes, and here I actually feel like there is potential of pregnancy or conceiving something new, conceiving a certain, it could be a business project. That's Cleo. Cleo, come say hi. Okay, so a lot of conceiving energy, a lot of mating energy, a lot of drawing people in because of the attraction to mate. It's maybe a time of creating something new, so conceiving a project even. So if you draw in some business partners, some potential business outcomes that you see, or people are presenting you with opportunities, it's also a time to introspect on that and really understand if you can work with that person, because it is a time of conceiving. And this eclipse is kind of broken in that venture for you, and if you choose to reflect upon that and really create something with that opportunity, with the Ten of Pentacles, you may have a really, really good outcome with respect to your own business venture, or building some kind of capital. The word capital has popped into my head. That's not a word I use often, so maybe that means something to one of you. Plant your seeds, but don't plant them too harshly. Don't overpower the energy that you're giving into a certain project or a certain someone, because you need to distribute the ways that the energy is flowing. And sometimes what can happen is it can overstimulate a certain part of you, or it can understimulate a certain part of you. It can put you into lower realms of energy that you may have just shifted into, because the past couple of months have been that overwhelming shift, right? So you're in that stage of transformation where you can easily turn back, turn forward. So being self-aware of which direction you are actually flowing in is extremely important for you at this time. So be very aware of that switch It's just a really tiny switch. So just being aware and saying no to your own self is extremely important at this current point of time. We're just going to pick one more card if it comes through. Okay, so no more cards from your Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I also want to mention that the crystals labradorite, it's beautiful flash, right? And your clear quartz are crystals right now that can really help you through this transitional period in your life. We're going to read through the Kali Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild. I really love the display of the cards and the inner written meanings from the guidebook itself. So once we pick the card, I'm going to read through the guidebook for you today. What does the collective need to hear and know right now at this current point of time? And anyone else who has come into this video. We have Mantra Shakti. So we're just going to read from the guidebook now. You can keep the picture in your mind as I read through the guidebook. Her voice creates and dissolves universes. Her vibration within our souls creates our life path. You have the sacred power of voice. How shall you express it? To call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to create. Listen for inner guidance and then set your course in motion. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul. In time, it shall manifest in transformed physical circumstances. The power of the word as a creative force has been acknowledged through the scriptures of multiple spiritual traditions from Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam to the New Age and more. Reminder to hydrate. The power of word is vibration in itself. It is resonance, it is frequency. So the words you say to me and I say to you, even through this reading, if they vibrate to you in a frequency that matches yours, it will immediately resonate with you, and you will intuitively know that it is a message for you. It is a sound directed into intentional form. Mantra is a sacred word, a sound that holds not only the power to create form, but has medicinal qualities for healing mind, body, and soul. The sound of a beautiful voice can draw us closer, and the shrill sound of something harsh repels. Sound can bring harmony from chaos and create beautiful patterns for manifestations that are healing and enhancing of life. It can disrupt and break apart that which has been built. Sound is powerful. So this particular oracle card comes to you to indicate that you have the power of voice at your disposal. You have the power to speak your truth, the truth, to set yourself free, to choose what you say and how you say it. Your voice has the potential to profoundly affect your reality. This is not about controlling others, no. It is about claiming your power of choice and voice. The message of this oracle is that you have the divine birthright to choose how you deal with negativity. You do not need to allow it to gain influence in your being. Allow others the choice to behave as they wish, with the respect that each path is unique. That we cannot know how another needs to learn and grow through their own journey. However, that is not an excuse to allow for negativity to infiltrate your being and undermine your spiritual relationship with your own self. The divine and your spiritual path that can bring benefit to the world. The oracle brings a message from the Divine Mother. If you have need of something, just ask for it. Use your voice in a way that helps you and empowers the divine to help you too. And that is all we have for our message today. And I hope the power of voice, your own voice as well as mine in this reading, brings you peace in chaos, organization in a cluttered mind and cluttered space. As always, I send you an immense amount of love, an immense amount of light. Remember the power of light and love as it heals you, and use the power of your voice to ask for anything that you need, whether to yourself, to somebody else, or just to God and the universe around you. Energy reciprocates, always. I do take on personal readings. You can find them on my website at merakihealers.com. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. Remember that liking the video and subscribing to the channel are a form of energetic exchange. What beautiful energy. Thank you so much once again.